Hi everybody, this is your Mathi. Welcome to Bring Divine Mind channel. Thank you so much for supporting me. Today we are going to see about an interesting topic, that how to remember the things which you have learnt. Most of the students are having this problem that they learn everything thoroughly, but when they enter into the hall they forget everything. So this is a major problem in today's world. Now I am going to tell you that what is the reason for this and why this happens. Okay, shall we go to reason is three type of fear arises in your mind. First fear is what happens if the question is tough, and the second fear is what happens if they ask the questions which I didn't learn, and the third fear is what happens if I fail in the exam. You may not be getting the question, but you'll have lot of negative thoughts in your mind. So due to this, what happens is lot of fear arises in your mind. So due to this fear, tension arises, your heartbeat will be more, and so what happens is the blood flow will be more. So the heart pumps more amount of blood, more amount of oxygen is needed to your brain, but it cannot supply that much of oxygen. So what happens is you'll be having a breathing difficulty, and then for some the hands will be shivering, and for some people what happens, the hands will be sweating, and even the paper becomes wet. Okay, so these are the symptoms that arises when they enter into the exam hall. The reason is, when you have fear in your mind, the adrenaline hormone gets secreted, and this is the major cause for your fear. And later on what happens, when the fear gets increases, the cortisol hormone also gets secreted, and it creates stress in your body. So both the hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, is responsible for the fear and the stress. So now I have given you the clear idea that who is responsible for this fear and tension. That is the two hormones, adrenaline hormone and the cortisol hormone. So if these two hormones are secreted, then automatically you'll fear in the examination hall, and also you'll get tensed and stressed, and also tension arises due to stress. Okay, you may also face this situation also, that is you will be in the exam hall, but what happens is you know the answers, but it will not come out. When you come out of the exam hall, automatically you will recall all those answers. How you feel? You feel very irritated and you feel very sad, right? Do you know what is the reason for this? I'll tell you. The reason is there is a concept called mind fog. Say for example, if you want to see sun in the sky, right? But if you have lot of mist or fog, and if that fog is just hiding the sun, means you cannot see the sun, right? The same way, you have the content in your mind, you know very well the answers, you have learned thoroughly the answers, all the content is freshly inside your mind, but the fear, what it does is, it is just hiding the answers, so it is not coming out. So that is the reason. When the fog settle down, you can easily see the sun. The same way, when the fear vanishes and the cortisol level as well as the adrenaline level decreases, then the answers will come automatically. When you come out of the exam hall, there is no stress hormone, so you can easily recall the answer. That is the reason. So now you got a clear idea that why you can't recall or remember the things whichever you learnt is the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, that occurs due to fear as well as the tension or the stress. Okay, so now it is our duty to control the stress and fear. Now I'll be giving you the techniques in order to control that. Okay, the first tip in order to eradicate the fear and tension is you will be having lot of negative thoughts whenever you get inside the hall, right? Say for example, whenever you enter into the examination hall, you'll get thoughts like what happened if I fail, and what happened if the question is tough. right? So these are the negative thoughts you'll be having. What you have to do is you have to tell cut. Okay, you have to tell cut and you have to beat on your lap in order to eradicate that negative thought. So that is the first tip I'm giving you. So if you practice doing this whenever a negative thought comes in your mind, means in future you won't be getting any negative thoughts. Okay, so that is the first tip. And the next tip is, now I give you the technique to remove the negative thought. Now what you have to do is you should bring out the positive thoughts in order to get a positive vibration around you. Okay, so what you have to do is you just imagine an incident that gives you positive vibration, maybe when you got good marks or whatever it may be. Just recall the incident which gives you positive vibration just for 2 minutes. That's okay. So that is the second tip. And the third tip is you should do some breathing exercise. You just breathe in and you hold the breath and then you release it. If you do this breathing exercise, what happens is more amount of oxygen will be taken to your brain, so that your brain becomes very active. Okay, so the next tip is you have to do some breathing exercise. You don't want to do it for half an hour or 15 minutes, just 2 minutes. Say for example, if you're having your exam around 10 o'clock, means you have to get inside the hall around 9:45. You'll be having a 15 minutes gap. At that time, you'll be filling the register number, all those things, right? So during that time, you just spend 5 minutes in order to relax yourself. And the next important tip is you just smile. I'm not saying you to laugh, ha ha ha. I'm not telling like that, okay? You just have a smile on your face. Why I'm saying this is, whenever you smile, what happens is the positive hormones gets activated, just like the hormones like dopamine and serotonin, which does good to your body. Okay, those hormones will get activated and that will keep you calm and cool. Okay, so in order to activate the dopamine and serotonin, which does good things for your body, you have to smile. Okay, just for a while. You just smile for 10 seconds, that is enough. Okay, that builds your confidence level. And most of the people will get tense just by watching others. Even we people had those experience, right? Most of the people will get tensed when they look at others. Say for example, I have not yet completed my main sheet. I was writing only. But if my friend or someone else is getting additional sheet, means I get tensed. How is it possible? We both of them learn together only. I am in the main sheet only, but he's getting additional sheet. Who knows that what he's writing? But we people get tensed, right? So that is not correct actually. So during the examination, when you are inside the hall, you don't see others. You concentrate on your paper alone. If you are seeing others, means automatically you will get tensed. Okay, so that is another tip. And if you are under stress, how to remove the stress? The technique is, when you are under tension or stress, what you will do? You'll do like this, right? Oh God, what to do? I cannot remember anything. Just like that, you will be keeping your hands like this and you will look at the ground, right? You won't be seeing at the top. My request to you is, you have to remove your hands from your head and you should do like this. If you don't know the answer, means what we'll do, we'll just keep our hands like this and we'll do like this, right? So what happens is, when you're doing like this, your confidence level decreases. So in order to avoid that, what you have to do is, instead of keeping like this, you just raise your head and then look at the top. Have a glance towards upward. What you have to do is, you just take your hands from your head and then do like this, and then you have to raise your head like this. Raise your eyes also towards upward. So what happens is, when you're raising your eyes towards upward, your visual memory get connected with your mind. So what are the things which is stored as images can be recalled easily. Okay, so that is the thing you have to do. So instead of doing like this, you just shake your head like this and then look at the top. And then you have to raise your eyes towards upward, so that your visual memory gets easily connected with your mind, and whatever the thing which is inside the memory, it will come automatically. So this is one technique. Okay, the mistake also we used to do repeatedly. Do you know what it is? Whenever we are writing the exam, we have the habit of looking at others. If your friend is getting additional sheet, means you will get tensed. What? We both of them learn together only. He is getting additional sheet and I am in the main sheet only. Just like that, you will get tensed. He may get any number of additional sheets, no issues at all. Okay, who knows that what he has written in the paper? We don't know anything about it, right? So don't worry about it. Hope this video is very useful for you. If you really like this video, please do give your valuable comments. Thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you.